Well, the colour's wonderful. It's got that lovely lightly green tinge, very, very bright colour. On the nose, you have that slightly exotic, it's like the spicy Gewurztraminer nose. But it's. I think Gewurztraminer varies tremendously, whereas obviously we just talked about Pinot Noir, and I said it's not evidently Burgundian, your wine on the nose, it's more kind of New Zealand on the nose. Gewurztraminer, even though it's a very specific grape variety, and its aromatics are the most recognizable thing about it. This is quite evidently quite exotic, quite phenolic in the good sense, and it has a spice which I wouldn't pick it out as Gewurztraminer immediately. That's not that it's not Gewurztraminer, it's just that it seems to have its own character, and the Gewurztraminerness comes afterwards. So it's more, once again, like your Pinot, this is more of a vineyard wine than a varietal wine.
I'll take that.
But it's a very good, but a very interesting, slightly exotic sort of even marzipan nose. There again, I personally probably would not identify that blind as Gewurztraminer, but the volume on the palate, the flavour and again the texture is excellent. And you have left, you said you've left say, 10 grams or so sugar, but the natural acidity in that wine is so good that the residual just fills out the palate, sort of embellishes the wine, and then the acidity cleanses the palate afterwards. And if I were writing a note on that, I would say relatively rich, flavoured, very good acidity. I wouldn't pick out the sugar I would, by saying rich, it's not, obviously it's not bone dry, but I wouldn't pick it out as off dry, which it is, and I think the off dryness, generally off dry to me is neither one thing nor the other, but this is perfectly balanced.
So the sugar balances the acidity still.
That's very interesting. And in fact, in my view, from a commercial point of view, the fact that it isn't obviously Gewurztraminer will mean that you won't be immediately compared either to Alsace or to Sud Tyrol or whatever, because people have to taste it and make their own judgment before they think Gewurztraminer. I think it's a very good wine. What do you think?
Yes, I like it. I like it very much actually.
Very good. It leaves the palate fresh, but also you can taste it, the flavours remain, and that's the richness of the wine.
This is exactly what happens in Bulgaria when we started selling it. Because people in Bulgaria, they are not used to drink Gewurztraminer at all. And when they hear about Gewurztraminer, they say, oh no, they don't like it, it's the flower, it's too rich.
Yeah.
We know the reason.
Yes. But when they taste it, they say, oh, is it a Gewurztraminer? Really? We like it.
Yeah, very good.
Okay.
Very good.
Lovely.
And I think it's a wine which is perfect to drink now, but it will also, with the balance, it will keep for another 2 or 3 years, perhaps even more. In fact, it'll be very interesting to see how it develops.
Yes,
Same
if he
with
leaves
me.
any bottle
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
A few of them.
Yeah, you should leave, I think,
Yeah.
about 60
definitely.
bottles to try all the time. It's always good to have a library. It's always important.
Especially at the experimenting stage at which we all are. We
So
don't
we
know
can
what
follow every year what
Yes.
we have
Yes.
achieved.
There's a certain, because you're based in Switzerland, there's a certain element of a Swiss wine about that, because the Swiss like their wines to have a little bit of residual, and obviously it's more complex than the fondant, but there is a certain Swissness about this.
So
That's
do you
really
export
lovely.
in Swiss?
Why not?
It's a good market.
It is. But the German speaking part better.
Yes,
Yes,
well, the French make more wine.
That's it.
Yeah.
And quite a gastronomic wine. I mean, I wouldn't think immediately what it would go with, but with smoked fish, or I don't know, but it certainly will go wonderfully with food. So it's a wine you can either drink as an aperitif, which I think, you know, it's 10:30 and 11 o'clock. It's a beautiful wine as an aperitif, but then one's thinking, what could I eat that with? Which means it's already sort of
Bring
an important
thoughts.
wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
Okay.
nice. Thank you.